I've always spent most of my free time alone, but I'm not lonely. I find solitude peaceful and calm, and it recharges my batteries in a way socializing never does. Don't get me wrong, I actually quite like people. I just have very limited amount of energy for social interaction, and I rather use that energy mindfully. Hours, days, and sometimes weeks spent alone, they give me a break from all this constant stream of information and sensory input. And I love these days, reflecting, recharging, and connecting with nature and my inner self. Of course, I'm not an island, and I do need others to connect with. And I'm really happy that I have found so many of you who share this dream of a calmer and slower life, authenticity and connection. Even though I have chosen solitude and really enjoy these quiet days, I do realize that loneliness can be very painful, and I want to make it clear I'm not talking about loneliness here. Loneliness can be very isolating and heartbreaking, and it is not a conscious choice, something you want in your life. When you spend a lot of time by yourself, you learn to appreciate small joys and simple pleasures, like these first tulips of the year, increasing amount of light and snowy days. I wanted to pair these tulips with this painting I created 1 year ago. It's called Pihlaja, which means mountain ash. I like to carry my paintings and plants around and try new combinations, because sometimes an older painting looks different when you place it next to a new one. I need solitude to create. If I'm socially drained or if there are people around me, I just can't reach that deep state of focus. That magical state of flow when the world disappears and time loses its meaning. Some days I just sketch, play a little, and I thought I could share my first sketchbook I was able to finish as an adult. These first pages are full of different type of experiments. I started this sketchbook after a major creative burnout. I think I couldn't create anything for a year, and I was completely lost, and I didn't know what I wanted to create. What I learned from this sketchbook was a huge amount of self-compassion. Perfectionism flew out of the window and I started to enjoy just spending time with these pages. And by the way, I am really sorry I am going through these pages so fast, because I kind of forgot that these pages might be very familiar to me, but not for you. These pages I filled when I was supervising my exhibition at Turku, which is one of the biggest cities in Finland. I watched people through the window, cars passing by, and all the different colors and shapes. These are memories from that time period. When I got back home, I finally filled the rest of the pages. I considered painting today, but to be honest, I just didn't have any energy for it. So instead I just enjoyed some quiet time in the studio. A little sketching before driving to the city. I currently have at least 5 sketchbooks and I'm actually using all of them. This tiny one is for collage experiments. I really love using leftover papers and pieces of paint and all kind of experiments. Sometimes they work and sometimes they just don't. If you have watched my previous videos, you have seen this small sketchbook several times already. But there are still many pages left to fill. It started snowing when I arrived to the city center, and it made me feel like a kid again. Nowadays this place is empty because a large shopping center took away all the customers. Walking these empty streets feels a little bit bittersweet. I don't know about you, but if I truly hate something, it is grocery shopping. But today I was actually able to do that, so I'm sharing this very awkward victory with you. And don't worry about the plastic bags. I've been using the same ones for almost 2 years now. I've been sharing my thoughts on solitude, but I also understand that so many people actually come to life around others. I respect that, and it is incredibly important to actually recognize which kind of choices make you happy. I enjoy spending time at home with my dog, my plants, creating art, and making these little vlogs. I love learning new skills and connecting with people from all around the world, and it's been really rewarding. Even though I find socializing quite exhausting, for some reason chatting with people online doesn't have the same effect on me. It can take some time to find your own way to live, but it is so important. Because when we try to fit in and go against our own needs, we slowly lose ourselves. And I never want that to happen to you. So find your own path, your own rhythm, no matter what other people say.